On the inauguration of President Trump on January 20, 2017, I recall a discussion with a friend wherein I said that this type of populist leadership cult could never happen in the UK. Amongst my lofty assertions were points such as the British people are too grounded and sensible, and that they would easily see through such a charlatan who lies on an industrial scale and who has no perceptible moral compass. Sadly, I was wrong. So far in this election week alone, our Prime Minister has played the race card, again, by criticising EU migrants, seen his abhorrent views on gun control post-Dunblane being highlighted, maliciously contradicted his own ministers and the Irish government regarding the terms of his Brexit deal, and demonstrated his breathtaking lack of compassion and empathy in an interview with ITV regarding 4-year-old Jack Williment-Barr, who was left lying for hours on a hospital floor. There can be no doubt in anyone's mind that Boris Johnson, as the President himself modestly noted, is Britain's Trump, with all the disingenuousness and unprincipled unscrupulousness that this entails. As testified by so many people he has worked and socialized with, Mr. Johnson is, as Eddie Mair observed during a past interview, a nasty piece of work who lacks a sense of genuine decency or care for anyone outside of his privileged group. A vote for Mr. Johnson and the Conservatives is a vote for an amoral state, offering increased power to a pernicious government and for economic and social paralysis for the next generation. If you value parliamentary democracy and the equity of the welfare state, there has to be a better choice and a better way. Owen Kelly, Sterling. Boris Johnson has been branded a disgrace as the election battle continues. Boris branded a disgrace as election week fight begins. The Herald, December 10. The real disgrace is the constant manoeuvring of the SNP, which originally put its in Dive 2 message front and center and now, having realized it is a vote loser, is switching off its essential 2020 vote position. This was its key message at the start of the campaign. If this is the right way forward for Scotland in its opinion, then why abandon it? The obvious conclusion is that the SNP realizes the game is up, independence is still not wanted, and it fears an electoral drubbing. The hyperbole from the SNP leadership that only it represents the voice of Scotland is about to get a rather nasty sore throat. You can only fool some of the people some of the time. Dr. Gerald Edwards, Glasgow G77. Guy Stenhouse, formerly Pinstripe, claims that the SNP is irrelevant. He states that there are 650 Westminster seats and the SNP is contesting 59 of them. They cannot possibly win. Why Boris is the only option if we want to avoid ruin. Herald Business, December 9. Mr. Stenhouse has just stated the case. For more on this story, visit the news article link.